Get the red carpet ready because the paparazzi queen Melina might be coming back.
It's about to get rowdy because Ronda Rousey is training with Piper's daughter.
And Thunder Rosa and Ivelisse break out into a shoot fight, and since Ivelisse is involved, nobody on the internet was surprised.
Welcome everyone to This is Diaz.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
And I am your dad bod demigod. My name is Joey Mayberry.
Welcome to this week's news and rumor because there are so many things happening. And let's start by having all the paparazzis here. The red carpet here. Melina might be coming back to WWE. Oh my god, when I saw this news, I was like hyperventilating. I was like, what? Finally! According to PW Insider, Melina recently agreed on a new contract with WWE, and she's scheduled to return to WWE TV within next week, which is like this week, I guess. Apparently, according to this news, WWE officials has been interested in bringing Melina back since earlier this year when they tried to book her for 2020 Women's Royal Rumble match. This didn't work out because she was under a deal with the NWA at this time, which the contract has expired now. Yeah, what did you think of this news?
I hope that she goes to SmackDown and stays there and revamps that division because there's no one there except for Bayley anymore.
Wait, is John Morrison there?
Yes, he is.
I don't know. I think they kind of ended in a very bad term. What about you, Paloma? If she comes back, where do you want to see her?
NXT. There's so many women that she'd have great matches with, and I kind of really would love to see that interaction with the Robert Stone brand because she's basically the Robert Stone brand. Like,
I would love to see her come in a battle against the re-debuting Carmella because I feel like they're going to be very similar gimmicks.
what if she is the heels promo person?
Yeah, if she got that blonde wig. I was thinking about Robert Stone brand when I first saw it because Melina had a lot of interactions with Robert. So maybe, I feel like she'll be great and she'll have Aaliyah under her wing. I think it'll be great. But I think a lot of people just want to see her on main roster because, I mean, she's been teasing that match with Naomi for a while.
Please.
Is there a past WWE superstar that you would love to get in the ring with?
Melina.
Oh, she's got a better split than you do.
Wanted to hug her face off. Like, that's so sweet. I would love to have a match with her. I would love it.
And I think a lot of people also want to see her have a match with Sasha Banks because they have a very similar explosive match style and they share a couple moves too.
Just Melina versus everybody in a good way.
Someone that's not been on anyone's lips to face Melina, but I would love to see this match is I want to see Melina versus Kaylee Ray really, really bad.
So everyone excited. Diva stands on Twitter. We're having a huge party, but Melina posted this long message on Facebook basically denying this whole rumor. So this is what she said. I'm not signed with WWE, but that doesn't mean it is not a possibility. My reason for this post is that it bothers me that these sites lie to fans. I don't like when people lie to you and bring your hopes up. You deserve better than that. You should demand better than that. They think it's okay to pull these stunts because you will still follow or click the link. You should follow sites that don't treat you like you're stupid and do not lie to you.
She's not wrong.
I think she's working people. I think she's coming back, and I think it leaked too early because we've seen so many of these recent things happening where something gets leaked and then they hop on Twitter and go, oh no, this isn't happening. It's never happening. I mean, and then next thing you know, the revival shows up in AEW.
So, I actually looked into these past denial. Edge, when he tweeted out, still not and still not, period. Like he denied that. And even John Morrison was like, thanks for the heads up, PW Insider. Let me know when I'm signed with AEW or ROH. They've denied it. But here, Melina's like denying it like flat out. She's like, you're a f***ing liar. Do not fall for this sheep. I'm just like, this is pretty strong.
I also think, though, with Melina, she would probably benefit from it leaking and from people knowing because I feel like a lot of like maybe the diva stands that don't necessarily watch all the time would want to come back, or a lot of people who did watch in that era would be like, oh wow, this is new. I remember her. So I think that it leaking and people knowing that she was returning would actually be a benefit in this case.
Well, that's actually a really good point though, because I feel like a lot of the current day viewer might not know Melina, how amazing she was, because WWE like never mentioned her until when she was brought back as a referee. Oh my god, I really hope she's not brought back as a referee. But Anyway, if you are curious about how amazing Melina was back in the days, watch my Everything That Happened in 2008 video. She had the amazing I Quit match with Beth, got the amazing return. Take a look. From the debut of some of the biggest name in the WWE Women's history to the legendary I Quit match and the introduction of the Divas Championship. This is everything that happened in 2008 WWE Women's Division. But shall we move on to the next news? Things will get rowdy like what Paloma said. Ronda Rousey might be coming back. Teal Piper, the daughter of Rowdy Piper, posted some pics on her Instagram account training with Ronda Rousey.
I feel like they probably have trained before together. Like, I don't think this is a new. You know, I'm pretty sure they probably trained together before. They just probably just making it public or posting about it for the first time.
Isn't Teal like connected with AEW? That would be more of a swerve towards that to me than WWE.
Yeah, so, it was in that one battle royal, right?
Yeah, she was in that casino battle royale. So on top of this, the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Ronda Rousey's recent training session is for her to return at this time. We might be looking into her return, maybe when the crowd is back. Maybe WWE is saving her for some big return.
But when is the crowd gonna come back? Like late next year?
I mean, put her on Raw, do something, do anything, because Raw's dying. Get it the paddles. It needs a static shot because it's going down here real quick.
So Ronda did talk about in an interview in April that she would never work full-time again. That also opens up a possibility of her being open to do a part-time job. And there's this really interesting video where she was playing Twitch, playing Battlegrounds.
Bailey's 87? She's got more than Asuka? They gave Becky the same as me? You know that's bullshit. I'm gonna leave Becky Lynch's box alone because I ain't into that fire crotch shit. You know what I mean? I don't want no ginger box. Nobody does. Except for maybe Seth Rollins, but you know.
I mean, given that her storyline is an unfinished business with Becky Lynch, I feel like maybe she could come back when Becky Lynch eventually comes back.
That's a good point.
I would like to see that, but also Ronda Rousey versus Asuka has all sorts of possibilities.
You're right. Do you want to see Ronda Rousey back? Do you think she's needed in the division?
I don't think it's necessarily needed, but I think it'll definitely be a boost.
By far, I think she's needed because they seem to not be able to write anyone unless undefeated powerhouse or I have all the belts type deals. So anyone who's not already like this super established person, they can't seem to do anything with. So please bring Ronda Rousey back. Give me Charlotte Flair. Anyone right now. I'll take it.
WWE has all the ability to write other people well, but they're not. They're just refusing to. Like, we're going to talk about it later, but the way that Raw Women's Championship is on a kickoff show, a pay-per-view, that definitely tells that WWE is not interested if it's not a four-horse woman.
Pay-per-view where all titles are supposed to be defended.
This is huge. I've been wanting this interview for like 2 years. This is finally happening. She's insatiable. She's lay cool. She is flawless. Layla is coming to ring the bell. So next weekend, I'm flying out to LA to interview Layla. And to interview her, I recreated some of her lay cool outfit. Let me show you.
It's amazing.
You're a nasty girl.
Nasty Girl is such a good song, so I want that back.
It's so underrated.
I'm flying out to LA to meet her at the Wrestling Guy store. It's happening October 3rd, Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So if you want to see me and Layla, if you're in the California area, please come over. It's going to be like once in like 5-year opportunity because Layla's always hiding at Wrestling Guy store in LA, October 3rd, Saturday, 2 to 4 p.m.
Yeah, go see them and say Extreme Expo, hey.
But let's go into the AEW side because there's some messy shit that happened there. Joey, tell us about what happened.
Reports are coming out that in the match for the NWA World Women's Championship, Thunder Rosa was defending against Ivelisse. Apparently, punches started being thrown and it got a little stiff, a little heated. Based off the expression that Ivelisse gave on that match, I'd say those reports are pretty much 100% accurate.
Have you seen this match, Paloma?
Oh my gosh, her after Thunder Rosa give her that snapmare, she was just like, couldn't even be bothered.
Whose expression was better, Ivelisse going into that full Nelson or Mickey James when the referee called for the bell?
For fans who might not know this term, what is shooting in wrestling, Paloma?
It's whenever you really punch each other or you really hit somebody or you try to purposely hurt somebody. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but the whole point of wrestling is not to hurt your opponent. It's to have a good match and put on a good show. But this is whenever a miscommunication or somebody does something too hard. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes somebody hits you too hard and you could either be like, hey, lighten up, or give them a feedback. And be like, boom, we're even. Like, are we going to do this or are we going to do this? And go from there. But I don't know what happened.
So this exchange reportedly started when Ivelisse was not cooperating with Thunder Rosa during some of the submission moves that Thunder Rosas were doing. Ivelisse was reportedly no-selling her moves, and Rosa got really upset, and then they started exchanging shoot strike. And apparently, even before this match, they were not having the best juju in backstage. But there are some conflicting reports about it. Wrestling Observer Radio's Ryan Alvarez said, I asked multiple people in the AEW. Nobody had any idea about what this story is talking about. There was a zero issue. And why would two people who does not have the full-time contract with AEW have a shoot-style match at AEW?
Also, they're going to be in a tag match next week, too. So I feel like if they really did shoot on each other, I feel like management would try to keep them apart, at least for a little bit. So why would they have a match?
I mean, also, they could just have gotten along after that, because you can get really teed off at somebody and just have a little, beat down. And then after you're in the back, just be like, hey, that happened. We good now? So hopefully that's what happened with all this.
I hope so. I mean, Ivelisse is a deadly draw champion, so I'm guessing that AEW is trying to use her for a more important role. Thunder Rosa is an NWA champion. She's representing NWA, so hope things were solved if this was true. But let's talk about the big reveal on Raw, the Retribution. So the 5 of the members revealed their faces finally, and we saw 2 women on the group revealed. It's Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez, along with Dominic Dio.
Dick Djokovic, as I like to call him.
Who are those people? Because the only people I know are T-Bar, Mace, and Slapjack.
Yo, that sounds like some Glow style name.
How are you going to tell them you already established that these were NXT people? And then you're going to be like, oh, they just got a contract. But what? You already said they were from NXT. Like,
you know what made me laugh was I was literally looking at Mia Yim.
You think your company is safe because you gave us contracts?
You want to offer me a contract? You right now want to give us contracts? And I'm like, girl, I just reordered your action figure. You done had a contract.
So the 2 women's names are not revealed, thankfully. They're not there.
what do you think their names are going to be, Joey?
Jade and Marty Bell. That's it. That's what they are.
So, I mean, I'm very happy for Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez. Obviously, very talented 2 individuals that made their debut on. I mean, I'm happy that they made their main roster debut, but obviously this was not the best debut. And apparently, according to WrestleVote, the topic of Retribution backstage was met with laughter. The quote was, the masks and the names are already making the road to disguise impossible to climb.
Why did they even have masks? Like, did they go to the Halloween store? It's not even after Halloween. It's not on sale yet. It seems like they got it from the sales rack. Jeez, oh my God.
All of them went full Roxy Andrews, though, because they took off their masks to reveal another mask.
I would like to keep it on, please. Now we have a member of Retribution.
Yes, I am the member of Retribution. Ring the bell will fall under my enamorous cadaverous power.
What's your Retribution name?
Rim job.
Rim job. Let's move on and talk about this Sunday's WWE Clash of Champions. So we've got 3 confirmed women's matches for the pay-per-view. So starting with the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Nikki Cross. Predictions?
Bayley. They haven't given me any other reason why it wouldn't be Bayley. So Bayley, I guess.
Gotta be Bayley. Because no lie, they've not promoted that match. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss over here, and Bayley and Sasha Banks over here, and there's this match that's happening on Sunday.
Other prediction, who's going to interfere, Sasha or Alexa?
Alexa.
Alexa.
Okay. Next match is Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler, Shania Payne versus the Riot Squad. Who do you think will win?
Shania.
I don't think the Riot Squad are going to make it to the ring. I don't think they will. I think Shania is going to win.
I think Shania has been doing pretty well together. They worked pretty well. I think the match will go for them. Lastly, on the kickoff. I think it's the first time the Raw Women's Championship was defended on kickoff, but it is Asuka the main eventer Asuka on a kickoff versus Zelina Vega. Who do you think will win?
Oscar.
How annoying that they're on kickoff.
Oh my gosh, what are they doing? Ugh.
I'm kind of okay with it. Just a little bit, because it's that whole Britt Baker Big Swole thing again, where maybe the kickoff is the place for it. Because as much as I was like, Big Swole and Britt Baker needs to be on the main show, when it got onto the main show, I was kind of like,
It's so sad because there's no build to it.
At all. Do you know what Zelina Vega did to earn this championship shot?
I want a championship shot. My turn next.
She did, but she beat Mickie James, which was her first win in 2 years.
Right now, the matches seem kind of... I'm not super drawn to it, but, you know, we're going to do the live watch party and pay-per-view review the night after. And there's some miscellaneous news. We got the NXT TakeOver event announced for October 4th. Mandy Rose was drafted to Raw out of nowhere because of The Miz. It was announced on Talking Smack for some reason, and now she's getting that teaser coming soon. Mandy Rose, and I've got the weave back on.
Mandy Night Raw.
And this is the news on the 2 WWE female producers that got furloughed earlier this year. So Sarah Stalk was just released, part of the big cutback that WWE had. She was released alongside with WWE Hall of Famer Gerald Briscoe and IRS Mike Rotunda. On the other hand, the other one that was furloughed, Serena Deeb, she just got signed with AEW after having that singles match with Thunder Rosa.
I just really hope they use her.
Alright, so that is everything for this week's news and rumor. Make sure to check out The Wrestling Guy store. Once in like 5-year opportunity of Layla coming out of her hiatus. So in LA, it's happening next weekend. So if you want to see me and Layla, come there. Joey, where can we find you?
You can find me at Joey_Mayberry across pretty much everything, and check out my YouTube show, Tops and Bottoms.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Paloma Star. And hey, I'm gonna plug this because why not? My birthday's in 2 weeks, and I have an Amazon wish list. So if you want to get me something, please feel free to. And DS, where can we find you at?
You can find me at DS Shin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. Alright, bye!